Good afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great day. So it is not as much spring-like today. It is a little bit cooler. It is in the 50s, but the sun hasn't been out, so it just doesn't feel as warm today. But the tulips are beautiful, y'all. The tulips are gorgeous. Look at that. Look at all the colors that have come up. Aren't they so pretty? I keep showing you guys on every video just because they're so pretty and they won't be here very long. So I have to show them off. Look at that color right there. Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, wow. Lovely, lovely. Next year, my mom was saying I need to put them in front of the greenhouse, which I think that is such a great idea. So if I can get Seth to dig me a bunch of holes next year, we put all these bulbs in. He had like a little drill and we just drilled a hole into the ground, put them in. It was really easy to do. And we'll put some more in next year. Let's walk through the greenhouse before we go to the fish room. I got some new stuff for the fish room. And always a project going on in there. But I'm going to show you guys what my neighbor got me. So whenever he goes on vacation, I always watch his greenhouse for him and do all the watering that he needs done over there. And look what he got me. Look at that cactus. Is it not just beautiful? Look at that. I need to find a really pretty pot for it. Probably get me like a terracotta or something. But it is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna have to get me some gloves to repot it with, but yeah, it's really pretty. I have a few cactuses in here. I had one last year that had this huge bloom that came out on it. And I was trying to tell him earlier, I don't remember which one it is or where it's at, but it's in here somewhere. It's hiding somewhere. It's a cloudy day, but it is pretty in here. I'm going to go ahead and close my window. We're supposed to be in the 30s tonight. We're not going to have a very warm nights coming up in the next week and a half or so. One night I saw 27, so we ran the stove last night in here. We'll probably have it for the next week and a half at least, unless it decides to warm up again. Alright, let's go to the fish room. I got a few new things I want to show you guys and kind of what I'm doing in there. And somebody dropped some fry last night, so that was a little bit of a surprise. Tried to get them moved out into one of the breeder tanks. I didn't know she was ready, and yeah, surprise, surprise. I may or may not have a couple more 10-gallon tanks, y'all. But I was going to put them here anyways, and I found them on sale for $12. So I could not resist getting them for $12. Generally, they're like $25 or more depending on where you get them. Some places like $50. So $12 was a steal. Alright, so you guys, here's my purple grass aquarium. Come in here this morning and noticed a big old bunch of babies swimming around in here. Oh my goodness, and I see 4 more. I don't know if y'all can see them back here, but they're back up against that wall right there. And I'm going to have to get a net and get them out of here. I'm not sure who dropped fry, but nobody messed with them, so that's good. And they're over here. So I had a spare breeder box, and I just stuck it in here. And there they are. They're swimming around really good. I fed them some fry food. This is what I give them frequently throughout the day. It's just a little high protein fry food. Helps them grow quickly. Very nutrient rich. So I've got fry in here, purple grass. I've got Delta green in here. I've got bigger fry in here. You can see them. I showed you guys on the last video how quickly they're growing. And then I've got a mama in here ready to drop some more purple grass. And then I've got the black Moscow in here. So 4 breeder boxes full. So I'll be able to fill these up with different sets of fry. Now I haven't got any babies off of my bluegrass or my albino reds, which I hope I do at some point soon. I'm actually thinking one of these mamas looks kind of big. She kind of looks like she might be pregnant, maybe her. A couple of them could possibly be pregnant. I'm thinking they probably are. It may be a couple weeks from now before they drop fry, but I try to keep an eye on them so they don't drop them into the tank. But they're really not too hard to get out with a little net. I need to get in there and get those others though. And then I hope to get some off these beautiful ones because I just love these. I think they're so pretty. And I plan on breeding these soon. So I've done some research on how to do that. I'll probably get them out and move them to one of my breeder tanks over there. And what I'll do is condition them really good and feed the female really good for a couple weeks. And then when it comes time to breed them, they also say like during like a low pressure front, whenever a storm's coming or something, a lot of times it'll trigger them to spawn. and I can do a water change of about 50% and add cooler water in, which simulates like a rain. And a lot of times they'll like spawn the next morning. So I may do that and see if that works. That would be really cool to try. And there's Gil. He's doing really good. He's a really sweet fish. He's just hanging out here with the goldfish. My guppies. Also, as soon as I get Seth's female out of his tank, I tried to get it last night, but he's got a lot of stuff in his tank because it's aquascaped and it's got all of the rocks. So getting the female out was a little challenging. I didn't want to stress her out last night. So next time I see her out, hopefully the next day or two, we'll catch her with a net and we'll put her in one of these aquariums over here, and we'll put one of those caves in. We'll try to spawn those because I'd really like to have some more lemon blue eyes. And so that'll be something I'll be trying to, and I'll try to get it on here as well. I'm also making some more lids for the second layer of tanks. I've got 2 more of these little F channels that I'm going to slide this glass into that I've already got cut, and we're going to do that. Catching fish. We found a few stragglers. Did you get it? Professional fish catcher, fry catcher. I see one for sure. Back, like there. Yeah, I don't know how many's in there. Look at that. Good afternoon. It's another day down at the fishy room and the greenhouse. Y'all, I've been down here washing gravel. We're trying to get the rest of these tanks set up, and it is chilly out here today. It doesn't look like it. If y'all can see, there's tulips and blue sky, and it's very deceiving. But when you step around this corner to start washing gravel, the wind is very brisk. Very, very brisk. So I've got some gravel washed. Got some in here in the bucket, and I've got another whole bag that's full of sediment and stuff, so it's got to be washed out really good. I managed to set up one tank right there. So I've got 3 more to go, and then I've got all those over there, which I am contemplating. And look, I've got a stool. My husband brought one down here last night for me. A tall one. I said I need a tall one so I can sit and look at these tanks right here. But I may even need a taller one. I don't know if they make such a thing. I'll have to look into it. But anyways, I don't know if I'm going to... Ooh, look, this spins around really nice. So I don't know if I'm going to leave those bare bottom or put substrate in them. The ones on the top have substrate. So I'm thinking I'm just going to, for a while, try out bare bottom ones down there, because I've heard from like fish breeders that it's super easy to clean. And if you're just using the tank for breeding purposes only, then, you know, it might be easier. So I'm going to try it out. If I don't like it, I can fill it up with gravel. But I don't know. We'll see. But over here, for sure, I'm going to have gravel, because I really like aquascaped aquariums. I think they're just so pretty. And I think the fish like them too. I mean, they live out in the wild and they have all kinds of things in the water. So I think they like hiding places and different things like that. And just like my surprise delivery on those yesterday, they had places to hide. So they all lived, which is really good. So anyways, I like this dark riverbed gravel. I think it's real natural. I think it's really pretty. And I love it with driftwood. My driftwood tank cleared up super good. And y'all, I gotta get some more of these snails. They are really helping with algae. They are doing great. I think I'm gonna get them to try to breed. And one of the ways you do that is you lower the water level. And out in the greenhouse, they were in a pond, and they had about that far to swim up above the water and lay their clutch of eggs. And I hatched literally hundreds last year. And they got eaten by a koi fish, which, yeah, he ate them like overnight. I moved them into another tank with a koi in it, a butterfly koi, and one of my bigger kois, and yeah, they had a snail dinner overnight, and I was really sad because I had hatched so many. So anyways, I'm gonna hatch some more of these because it's very economical, and I may try to sell them. I will be selling guppies. I've got somebody that I'm going to be selling them to monthly, so that is one thing I'll be doing while I'm breeding, which will be really nice to do. Supplies to people locally that need them. Alright, you guys, I got a delivery today. I'm gonna close this door so it don't get so cold under here. Of course, it really never gets cold even with the door open. I guess it's just because it's underground, which is super nice, because we lost power last night. Yeah, I woke up at 2:30. I was sitting in my chair in the living room at 2:30 because I wake up sometimes and I just come out there and I'll read by the fireplace. All of a sudden it got super quiet because the blower on our wood stove just stopped. And I was like, oh no. And we were out of power for about 3.5 hours. Now I was a little worried about the fish tanks just because of the heat. Now it retains heat down here really good and it stays cool in the summer, so it's not going to be super bad of an issue. Maybe on a super cold night that it could be like 55 down here, 60 degrees maybe. So I don't know, we're thinking maybe some type of like battery backup generator or something for the fish at some point, especially as we go into the winter of next year. The spring and summer won't be an issue at all down here. The temperature won't even fluctuate enough to be dangerous for the fish if they were to lose power. But winter, possibly when we have like crazy 4 degrees nights or something. So anyways, I'll quit rambling. I want to show you guys what I got in the mail today and that we will be working on very, very soon, probably this coming Monday. I got another delivery from Aquarium Co-op. Alright, let me see if I can get it out of here. It's heavy. I don't know if y'all know what this is, but I'm going to show you anyways. It's heavy. Alright, this is a LA45C air pump. So this pump right here is going to supply my whole fish room. Fancy. And it is going to have some tubing that goes all the way around the perimeter of this room. It's going to be PVC pipe that we're going to go get over the weekend in the next few days. And we are going to, instead of having these little diaphragm air pumps all over the room to supply these tanks, we're going to have one pump that can supply this whole room. And it can supply a lot of tanks. I mean, way more than what I've got. So if I have little fry bins of baby fish here and there, I can just drop a tube down into it and it's all the same wattage for the whole room, no matter how many lines you have dropped down. Very efficient and very, very quiet. Virtually silent. So the only thing you're going to be able to hear in here is just bubbles. So I think it's going to be super nice. So we got to go get the pipe to do it. I've got some fittings that came with it. I hope I ordered enough. I may have to order some extras. But so these you drill in the PVC pipe and you drop down the air tubing just wherever you want. You can put as many as you want in that the pump holds. Way more than what I'll have in this room. So probably 45 tanks or something like that. I'm not going to have that many. But this pump can supply that. So that's our next project. My husband is off next week on spring break, so that's why he's wanting me to get these tanks filled up, because he said we're going to run around. If we find some fish, we're going to bring some new fish home. We're going to get this done probably half a day. It shouldn't take too long. And we got to go get some more sponge filters. And then for the rest of the week, we're just going to enjoy the week off. Just run around and have fun and enjoy the fish, working here, piddle, all that good stuff. And I got some extra heaters that I needed to get. They came in here too, to fill up my little breeder tanks over there. Get my cycling chemicals. I use tap water conditioner, I use Quick Star, and then Ammo Fishless Cycling, and I put fish in the next day and they all do fine. I've got one more tank set up, ready for fish. I'm going to show you guys my little male guppy who's really starting to fill out, and he's so pretty. My husband calls him Willie B. He's like the colors of our local school colors, like orange and blue. So he's really cool. Look at him. I thought he was going to be like a red grass, but no, he's really orange. He's supporting our local Tennessee orange, the Vols. Alright, that sums it up for my time at the fish room at the moment. There's always something to do down here. It's not something that's a burden. I just love to come down here because literally I can just stare at the fish like forever. I can go from one tank to the next and just look at all the different things going on in them. I've been moving my snails from one tank to the other because they're really taking care of the algae and I don't have enough of them. So I've definitely got to do that where I don't have to move them around. And Seth's little plecos. I did a water change today because I think those algae wafers I put in here, they make a mess. They kind of cloud the tank up a little bit. The fish are fine though. I put a patch of Java moss in here I had in the greenhouse, and I think they're liking that too because they're on it getting some goodies off of it. Plus it'll help the water too. And let's walk to the greenhouse really quick because it's really pretty in there and it feels amazing too. Now where it is winter outside, it is summer in here today for sure. I've got the vent fan on, the windows open. I had the door open earlier when I was washing gravel, and it just, you get hot. And everything's really happy because the sun's out. All my succulents doing really good. I don't know if y'all can see my tomatoes in there. They are really growing. All right, y'all, I'm headed in for snack time.